The history of America begins with the settlement of the North American continent by humans around 15,000 BC. Gradually, numerous Indian cultures formed on the continent. In 1492, Christopher Columbus visited the West Indies, and during his second voyage in 1493, he personally landed on the island of Puerto Rico, after which the existence of America became known in Europe. In 1498, John Cabot made a sea voyage to the shores of modern-day New England, and in 1513, the Spanish navigator Juan Ponce de Leon reached the shores of Florida. The arrival of Europeans marked the beginning of America's colonial history. Most colonies were formed after 1600. The Spanish built small settlements in Florida and the Southwest, and the French along the Mississippi River and the Gulf Coast. By the 1770s, the population of the 13 British colonies along the Atlantic coast east of the Appalachians was 2.5 million. At the dawn of its independence in 1776, the United States consisted of only 13 provinces that were part of British North America. After declaring independence in 1776, it had to fight twice with Great Britain in the Revolutionary War and the War of 1812. Under the Treaty of Paris in 1783, Great Britain officially recognized the independence of the United States, but until the end of the Second Anglo-American War in 1815, it continued to support allied Indian tribes resisting the U.S. Army. Immediately after the end of the Revolutionary War, the expansion of the United States in the western direction began, supported by the American belief in manifest destiny, according to which God predestined the existence of their state in America on the territory from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific. The main territory of the United States was formed by 1912, when the last state, Arizona, was formed in its continental part. By this time, the territory of the states of Alaska and Hawaii also belonged to the United States, but they were accepted into the Union as states only in 1959. The basis of the U.S. Constitution is the text approved in 1788, which included the U.S. Declaration of Independence. The highest authority supporting constitutional law in the U.S. is the Supreme Court. Subsequently, a number of amendments were adopted to the Basic Law, which, in particular, prohibited slavery. 13th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, 1865, and granted women the right to vote. 19th Amendment, 1920. The abolition of slavery was a painful process that affected the interests of many citizens and large regions of the American South, which provoked the collapse of the state and the Civil War in 1861 to 1865. It was followed by a long period of Reconstruction. Despite the prohibition of slavery, the results of Reconstruction were compromise, and until the middle of the 20th century the United States remained a country in which racial segregation prevailed. After the Civil War, the United States experienced rapid economic growth, rising living standards, and an era of progressivism. It ended with the onset of the Great Depression in 1929. The measures taken by the government supported citizens who suffered during the economic downturn, which became a new stage in the creation of the welfare state in the United States.